Ladies and gentlemen, today is November 18th, 2013, and this is the KNKL Show, episode 124. I'm your host, Keenan Lafferty, and today is Emma Monday, where we like to work on our beloved comic. And today we're going to be discussing what makes the two different sides of Emma, super iconic, because a lot of you out there have been submitting some amazing fan art that has been inspiring me, like, to really kind of push the two different sides of Emma even further. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a time lapse of how I did this one, and then we're going to work on this one together. But before we get into that, I wanted to show this amazing fan art sent in by Sir Michael Lau. Thank you very much, Michael, for sending in this awesome Emma fan art. For those of you who have not yet submitted your awesome art to the Facebook, please do so. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is right down below. Alrighty, last thing before we move into the art and the time lapse, I need to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up. So all of you out there that have been saying, "Oh, Keenan, I just love your comics so much and I just want to throw my money at you," your time is now. You can go here to patreon.com/Emma. You can check out my little video I made for you guys, and then you get all kinds of cool rewards. I mean, check this out. You get to hang out, you get cool sketches. Again, like this sketch that I'm working on, I will be uploading the high res of it once I'm all done with it, and all that good stuff. So if you guys like the comic, want to help support me, you guys can do as little as like $1 a month, like if you set it up that way, and you can just get cool rewards. So go ahead and check that out. It's patreon.com/Emma. Probably gonna be bugging you guys about it a lot. So anyway, I need to pull up that video before we get started on this, and let's see here. Here we go. Look at my hair. Seriously, it is so, it's like a bike helmet. It's a bike helmet made out of hair. Alright, moving into the time lapse. So, let me talk a little bit about what was going through my mind today. Today was just an awesome day in general. Absolutely loved everything about today. I felt like I took care of all the little things. You'll notice, I mean, you can't see much of my room, but the bed is made. All the papers and stuff that were just scattered throughout the room have been cleaned up. And I've noticed whenever I do that, whenever I take care of all those little things that are in the back of my mind, it seems like I'm able to just work a lot more easily. I'm able to just focus on the task at hand. And today, we were focusing on drawing Emma and her new clothes, because for those of you who have been watching the comic or reading the comic, some slight spoilers, I guess, her seeing this, she is actually going to change clothes on the ship, and she's going to look a little bit more like a marauder herself. So that's what I was concepting today, as well as just trying to figure out exactly, like, as I go further and further into this comic, I'm starting to enjoy the differences between the two worlds that Emma sees, and I'm really wanting to just push those differences and figure out what they are. And for some reason, I don't think my chat is working. Sorry guys, I don't know if the chat is working today. Type some stuff. Let me see if it's just type test or something, because I haven't gotten it. Nothing is showing up. So you guys are either completely speechless or nothing is working. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm getting stuff now. Okay, thank you. Okay, I guess you guys were just absolutely speechless. You just did not know what to say. All right, so yeah, so she's basically got one of Nico's shirts on, like one of Nico's oversized shirts on, and I was trying to figure out, okay, well, she's gonna change clothes, but I still want, like, I put that little tear in it. That way it's kind of like her dress. That way it's not too big of a jump. And now she has like pants on and she still has the boots. So nothing too crazy. But something that I've really been liking that you guys have been sending in. Let me show you guys a couple really cool pieces. In fact, I got a few things to show. Let's see. There's a couple pieces I was actually referencing today that were sent in by some fans that I really liked. One of them was, I'll pause this for a second. One of them was Tisigros. For those of you who saw his art on the Emma fan site, I really liked this. Like, this is where I started first, like, getting the inspiration of, wow, like, look at the difference between these two worlds and these two Emmas. And I really, really liked that. So I was like, you know what, I should really do this. I should really do something a little bit more crazy like that. And then also this really awesome pixel art by Ozzy. He sent this in, and he does it to the point where basically, like, her skin tone slightly changes, her hair gets darker, and then the happy one, it's like she has like really light blonde hair, and I think that's really cool. Whereas like the darker version, it's like all dirty and kind of mangy and like wild or feral, right? Because she's become like a wild animal. And I really like that a lot. So I'm thinking that I want to go for something a little bit more like this, like a more of a change here, so you can very clearly tell which state Emma is in, as well as the other visual cues that I'm going to be drawing up. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing with this one. And guys, I gotta tell you, I mean, it's like a guilty pleasure, but I freaking love drawing the shark fin on her head. I think that's gonna, it's slowly gonna like get bigger and bigger and bigger until it's just like her whole head is just like a shark fin on the back. It reminds me kind of Sonic, you know, maybe that's why I like it. Sonic has like the 3 spikes going on. And Emma kind of has that. She's got the shark fin and then the 3 spikes on the side of her head there. So yeah, maybe there's definitely some Sonic inspiration with that. Yeah. And the style actually has been changing a little bit. The style has changed definitely from what it started as in the beginning. And I don't know exactly how you guys feel about that, but I personally, I'm feeling more comfortable with how it's going right now. I feel like it's more expressive. I feel like it's more me. I feel like the style is much more what I want it to be. So really, it doesn't matter what you guys say because this is where it's going. But I just just wanted to know what you guys thought of it. So yeah. So this is basically kind of angry Emma, but she's not completely pissed off. This is almost like maybe neutral Emma. Maybe this is like after she comes out of her freaking rage fest and she finally kind of calms down and she's more like kind of just ticked off or just kind of negative Emma. And now what I'm working on over here, this is like the last thing that I did right before the footage ended, was I was working on Happy Emma. And I actually took this from the thumbnail that was back from the Choose Your Fate episode, and I really liked that face. So I just dropped that in, and that's what we're going to be working on today. And I just threw in a quick little pose that I thought looked cute, but I want to focus on the face today. And we'll go ahead and do that now. A lot of ands. A lot of ants. Anthill. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I want to ask you guys is what makes the 2 different versions of Emma, like, what do you like about them? What makes them iconic for you? Because that's really what I'm trying to capture here. I'm trying to ask myself the important questions. All right, I'm gonna pull up, and I'm trying not to deviate too much from the style, right? Because I'm looking here, right? And I want to make sure that there's still that essence there. I understand that, you know, comic styles change as they go, and I'm not expecting it to like change to something like crazy, like completely different, where you can't tell, you know, what comic it is when you go to the beginning and then to where we are now. But there's, like I said, there's just certain things that I feel are very, I don't know, they almost like flow very naturally from me. Like, you'll notice the characters in the latest issue, issue 3, are very expressive. Like, their faces will like kind of warp and their mouths like get big to like really like show off their expression, especially the more adult characters like Tank and Clem. Those guys got way more expressive. And I'm really enjoying that because I'm a big fan of expression. I'm a big fan of just, I don't know, I feel like if you have an expressive character, it just makes them more likable and more relatable, and people just like that. So that's what I'm trying to achieve with all that good stuff. So another thing that I did, which was really funny, is I actually took this shark fin. Let me show you what I did. I took this shark fin and I was like, oh, maybe the shark fin should always go to the back of her head. And I did this. And it looked really funny to me. I don't know. I guess in some cases it can do that, but it looked really funny with like these going that way and then this going that way. She really started to look like a Sonic character. So I was like, maybe not. So maybe it'll always just point to the right, or the right. That's your right, my left. So, new mood hairpin. Oh. Oh, yeah, I like that. Jastrock is saying Nico should give her a mood ring necklace. So you can tell, so it changes depending on what mood she's in. Yeah, how did that work? Was it like, it was blue if you were happy and then red when you were angry? I think that's what it was, right? I remember those things. Mood rings. You can tell what mood I'm in. Emma's so moody. She's so moody. But anyway, I digress. I digress. I hope you guys' weekend was good. Mine was quite exciting because I got the Patreon up. Super excited about that. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has already donated to that. It really means a lot. I wasn't expecting anything crazy at the beginning. I was expecting just like $1, per page or per month, whatever. And you guys already went past that, so I really appreciate that. And I understand that, it's just going to take time. But like I said in the video, it's like your support monetarily of the comic is not going to, the only thing it's going to do is make it come out faster. That's all it's going to do. Like, it's not going to be like, I'm not going to hold it hostage and be like, oh, well, you guys need to pay me because I quit my job to do this, and like put some stupid guilt trip on you. I'm here to make this comic, and I want to give stuff back for those of you who want to support, and there's already so many people that have stepped up and helped out already. I couldn't ask for anything more. And the most important thing is that this thing just gets done, and we have fun while we're doing it. And that's really what I've been experiencing lately, is that I'm just having so much fun doing this. I just really feel like this is exactly what I was supposed to do. This is exactly what I was meant to do. And I will see it through to the very end. So, yeah, so you guys don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about me getting all discouraged or anything, because nobody wants to give me money. Not enough money. Not enough. Become money hungry and stop making the comic. It's kind of bugged me. Kind of bugs me when people just kind of fizzle out. They have a lot of passion at the beginning and they just kind of fizzle out. But everybody has their reasons, and I can't really judge them because nobody's perfect. So, anyway, but I'm really liking this. Oh, another thing that I was thinking about for Happy Emma is, notice how she's just a lot softer, she's a lot rounder, and then kind of ticked off Emma is a lot more angular. She's got a little bit more kind of spikiness going on. Like the shark fin is a little bit bigger, and I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that she's a little bit more angular when she's angry too. A little bit more soft and round when she's like this. Although, I'm trying to get this head to look right. Let's go ahead and duplicate that just in case we muck it up. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, people are talking about a slight shift in skin tone as well. Yeah, I like that. I kind of like that. Like, I imagine her just like she's like clean. Like her skin is just like perfect peach, and her hair is just like all nice and cute blonde. And then when she's in her normal state, her skin is a little bit darker because it's like dirty and it's got like zombie blood on it, like zombie blood remnants. And then her hair is all dirty, so it's like darker too. So I definitely think that that is a possibility as well. Just give her a slightly darker skin tone and darker hair. So just look darker in general. And I kind of wish that that was something that... Here's the interesting thing, is that I look back to how the comic started, because I was trying to be subtle about it, right? I was like, ooh, well, she's kind of like doing this thing where she's living in two worlds, and I'll just be subtle about it. But then some people like got to, where the comic is now, and they just barely started to pick up on, oh, is there like something happening here? Is she like have like a bipolar thing, or is she like living in two worlds? And I was expecting people to pick up on it from the beginning. And what I realized was I needed to be much more upfront with it. Some people caught on to it. All right, but those are people that are really into it, like really just scanning the page and really trying to figure out everything. But for the people that just pick it up and read it, they're not going to notice what's happening, what's going on. So I took it upon myself to heighten the contrast in the two Emmas. And also, I took it upon myself because of the inspiration of the readers. And you guys are freaking awesome. Like, I love... Like, you guys don't know how much you inspire me with the art that you send in. Not only to the Emma Facebook, but the KNKL Show Facebook. It's really awesome to see you guys growing as artists. You're like little kids, and I know you're going to be so good when you grow up. I mean, you're already good, and then you're just going to be professional, right? Because that's what we all want to be. We want to be professional on the show. We'll always stay professional. And you guys are already just, you guys blow my mind. And I'm really, really happy about the community that this comic and this show has attracted. Like, it's awesome. It really is awesome. And I'm very grateful for that. But anyway, that's enough blubbering. That's enough for that butt kissing. Let's just get back to drawing Emma. So yeah, and I'm sure you guys are saying all kinds of awesome, thoughtful things over here that I'm totally missing. Um, hmm, 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 um, yes, yes, you guys are saying some very funny things over here. Let's see. So people are saying some funny, some funny things over here. Some things that I don't know if I could say on the show, but they are funny nonetheless. Um, but a funny thing that I was thinking, guys, is like when I first started this comic, because I used to work for Riot, and their big thing, the way they make a lot of their money is off of skin sales for their champions. And I was like, I wonder if we could do a skin for a comic, where all the characters are now just like, they have hats on, right? Or they're all like animals. Like Emma's now like a giraffe, and Tank is like a bulldog, and Clem is a rhinoceros. And I was like, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder how hard that would be. You just go in and kind of like doctor it up, and I wonder if anybody would buy it. It's one of those ideas where it's just stupid enough to work. Just stupid enough to work. And I think one of these times I'll probably just do it for fun anyways. But that'd be pretty funny. Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and get Emma's eyes. Oh, also, yeah, her eyelashes get more cute. They get more kind of thicker, I guess. Her eyes in general just get bigger. I really like it. And another thing that I've noticed is that she always kind of has this thing where she's tilting her head down and she's kind of like looking up at you. I think it's really cute. It kind of happened by accident that I drew her like that a lot, but I think it's going to become more of a thing. Like this is kind of like her go-to face when she's in that state, and then the other face can be just like angry or whatever. This, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wait, here's what I want to ask you guys. Do you guys think that this is the real Emma over here? Is this the real Emma, or is this the real Emma? I want to ask you guys that question. If this is A and this is B, which one is real Emma? Because I've been asking myself this question, and I don't really have an exact answer. It's like, because she's not always ticked off. There is still that little girl inside of her. But then it's almost like this is the repressed version of herself, of what she should be. And then this is what she's been forced to become, over here. But yeah, I'm curious as to what you guys think. Jastrock, no, C is not an option, I'm sorry. Unless you combine A and B together and C. Yeah, but yeah, it's an interesting question that I've been trying to ask myself. It's like, what is the real Emma? What is real Emma? And I don't know. I don't have an exact answer. Other than, it might just have to be up to the readers, whatever they like more. Whatever they like more. But it is good to hear you guys' opinions. Most of you are saying A. Most of you are saying A. Yeah, and some of you are saying, yeah, B is basically what I said before, is B is what she would have been, or what she should have been, and then A is what she's become because of the world, because of the zombies. Alright, well that's cute. Let's go ahead and flip that around, see if it looks as cute mirrored. Oh. Yeah. It's not bad. Not bad. I think I'm gonna kind of ditch this a little bit. Her eye looks a little weird. Why does it look weird? I think it's too far up. Like if I follow this back, it's supposed to be, yeah, her eye's way too far out. Far out, man. Eye's way too far out. So let's go ahead and place it where it's supposed to go. So the way that I do this, well, let's just move her eye over there. The way that I measure where Emma's eyes are supposed to go is I draw a line up, kind of from the edge of her mouth, like this, and then go back. And that's where that's where the edge of her eye should lay. So it should be more like that. So let's go ahead and drop it in there. I should have put that on another layer, but because I suck, I did not do that. Okay, so we should be right about there. Yes! Oh, that's so cute. And it's just precious. Let's Go ahead and drop it down a little bit. Yeah. Good. That's good for now. Something still looks a little off about it to me. But rather than bumble around on the stream, I think I'll just figure that out later. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that looks really nice. Why does it look good when I flip it around? Like, that bothers me. I guess if it looks good flipped, it looks okay that way, and it looks really good this way. So I guess I'll just keep that. Let's see. I always like have trouble with like the edge of her hair. Like I always try to figure out whether it should just go flush with her head, or if this little sideburn should come out or whatever. Yeah, I like that more. Yeah, the little sideburn coming out looks cuter. Cuter. But yeah, super excited about this next part coming up, guys. Basically what I'm shooting for is we've already started work on the script for the next part of issue 3, and we should be releasing the next page next week. So, you guys get excited for that. This next part is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Like, the next 10 pages that are going to be coming out, I have been waiting to basically draw these, or just like this part of the comic. I've been waiting to draw this since I've started it. And I'm super, super excited to show you guys. And yeah, have you guys along for the ride? And now we're, oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, who haven't seen the Patreon video, we are now actually going to be releasing pages every week. Pages every week. And I'm still gonna clump them into groups of 10, right? But basically what I'll do is when I release a new page, it'll just have a link, and then it'll automatically take you to that part and scroll automatically to the latest page. So it's kind of like a mix between the traditional comic, webcomic thing, and what we were doing before. Because I really like the Tumblr style, just like page after page after page. You don't have to click something to go, you know, other than every 10 pages. But you understand what I'm saying. I think that's a really good, like, happy medium. And we like happy mediums. We like happy mediums. That's what this is right here. Happy medium. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, every week, guys, that's what we're going to be doing. And we start that next Monday. So I'm eagerly awaiting and anticipating that. Okay. Does her nose look a little too low? No. Like I said, I'll just deal with that crap later. Deal with that stuff later. You guys are funny. Yeah, you guys are so funny. Emma has a teapot fetish. You guys are really funny. She likes Nico because he made her laugh with the teapot. It's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I tried it on some girls. You know, I see a cute girl, I go up and I try to do the teapot thing, but it doesn't really make her laugh that much. Some of them make them laugh, but then they just walk away. You know, it doesn't work the same way. It doesn't work. But then again, I'm not Nico, so I shouldn't expect myself to be able to pull that off. Let's see here. Cool. And I really like Emma's like hair shape. It just kind of like swoops down like that. It's very fun. Very fun. I'll just go ahead and draw in the top part of her arm and her dress, and then we'll just kind of color that. Because we already know what, you know, Emma's dress looks like, so I don't need to concept this whole body. But for this one, I did want to because, you know, she's obviously got new clothes on. So, and how do you guys feel about this? Do you guys like this? Would you guys be excited about that? You know, if she changed her clothes to that? Because that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up. So I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like it. And if you don't, then you know, don't worry. That's not all there is to it. There may be something more. Maybe something more. Now, I know we're losing the iconic maroon dress, but I'm a big fan of, ever since I read Scott Pilgrim, I was like, man, that's so cool that he changes the characters' clothes and hairstyles and just all this stuff throughout the comics. Like, that's almost never been done. I had, to that point of reading Scott Pilgrim, I had never seen it done in a comic before. Because it's like, no, you don't change the character's clothes. That's like changing Superman's outfit or changing Batman's outfit, other than every, 20 years from, the blue that he used to be, and now he's all like Kevlar and gothic looking, or black. Not necessarily gothic, but maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes, and I do need to give credit to Lushy, aka Alicia. Alicia was the concept artist, came up with this idea. And I would show you the full sheet that she created, but that would give away something else that I can't show you guys quite yet. But once that day comes, then I will reveal those full sketches. In fact, actually, I might be able to show you guys right now. Yeah, I can just kind of like slip this thing right here. There we go. Okay. Don't look at the other one. This is what we're looking at right here. So yes, this is Alicia's handiwork. She's an awesome concept artist, and she's been helping me out with the line art along with Ozzy Burke. So yeah, she's freaking awesome, and she's got good ideas. And yeah, that's why we keep her around. That's why we keep her around. So, yeah. How long have we been going for? Oh, we've been going for 25 minutes. You know what time it is? It's time for Q&A. I keep almost saying catapult. Q&A trebuchet! Cast your questions like this car. Place your questions inside the vehicle and then launch it over the castle walls. And I'll answer any questions that you have. And if I don't get to them today, don't worry. I will keep a log of them and I'll read them next show, depending on whether it's an art question or an Emma question. Questions specifically about Emma are great here, but you can ask me anything. I don't mind. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm just going to finish up this arm, and then we'll call it a day. I've just been having such a good time today. Such a good old time. Man, you guys are so talkative today. People are asking, can I work a trebuchet into the comic? Yes, I do believe we should have a trebuchet. We should have a trebuchet and or a catapult that launches some sort of livestock in the comic. That would be really good. Okay, that's good. Lovely. Lovely. Soyd is asking a great question. This is something that I was contemplating myself. He's asking, are there going to be other kids in the story? Are we going to see other kids besides Emma and Nico? And this is something that I was brainstorming with my friends who helped me do the writing a couple days ago. I was like, are there going to be other kids on the pirate ship? Are there going to be other kids anywhere in this comic? And, you know, we said it. Yeah, that would be really cool if there were other kids on the comic, or just like younger people on the comic, of all ages, on the ship. And so I can't say exactly what's going to happen, but there are definitely going to be other kids in the comic, throughout the comic. You just have to find out when. And in the meantime, while I have you distracted, I'm going to open up epic outro music. Okay, next question. Plixik is asking, how much of the story did you script before making the first page? The first page ever? Basically the way that I did it was I laid out almost like 4 different events that I wanted to happen throughout the story. So like big events, big huge events. It would be like, and then you just got to connect the dots. So it's like we start here, then we get here, and then this happens. We meet this person, and then this happens, and then finally, you know, there's a big climactic, you know, fight scene at the end, and everybody's happy. You know, so those were kind of the basic layout things. But before I started writing the first comic, or drawing the first comic, I had the first 10 pages. I basically scripted out the first 10 pages of, okay, how are we going to even set this thing up? How are we going to even let people know what kind of comic this is, or what it's about, or what the style is, and all that stuff. And I was kind of like flying by the seat of my pants, which is a good thing to do in most cases. Like, Because I say a lot of people would get so caught up in everything being perfect. It's like, oh, we got to make sure we have all these character, sheets done, and expressions and all this. And I just went for it. It's like I drew one picture of Emma, or I drew a bunch of pictures of Emma, but I was really figuring out the style, and I didn't really come up with, where is it? I didn't come up with this sheet right here until after I had started issue 1. Because then I was like, oh, like if you go back and look at the first 10 pages, I was like, oh, she looks a little bit different in all these panels. So then I realized, okay, it's probably a good idea that I figure out, what are the measurements of this character, what are the expressions, and all that good stuff. So, and again, you're just learning as you go. And I think that's a really important thing to do, is if you're not sure about something, just jump into it. Just jump into it, and even if it sucks, right? As far as I'm concerned, the beginning of the comic, it sucks in comparison to what we're doing now. And who knows, like way down the line, once we get even more refined, I'll probably look back on the first few issues and be like, oh, those suck in comparison. But that's okay. That really is okay. Okay, last question. Mayanya? I hope that's how you pronounce your name. If not, then that is what your name is now. Asking that I say hi. Hi, Mayanya. There is your hi. Last question coming in, and I do apologize for not being able to get to everybody's questions. Oh wait, I don't even know. I think I answered all the questions. Oh, how long do you think the comic will last? Jastrock asks. This is a great question. If I were to estimate how many issues we would do in this comic right now, based upon how far we've come so far, I would say there would be at least 20 issues to this story. At least 20 issues. And then that's just telling the bare minimum, and then we can just go as far as we want with it after that. But that's just with the story that I have planned right now, and who knows what can happen after, once it's completed, right? But yeah, we're going to be doing this for a long time. Emma's going to be around for years. Emma is going to be created for years, and it's going to take a long time. But it's going to be an awesome journey throughout the whole time, and you guys can be a part of it. I'm so happy that you guys are here to experience this with me, and that you guys, for those of you who have chosen to support in any way, whether it's with your talent, your money, time, or just reading and tell your friends. Like, that's really all that I could ever ask, and I appreciate that, guys. With that, we're going to go ahead and end episode 124 of the KNKL Show. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tutorial Tuesday. Tutorial Tuesday. Until then, you guys take care. See ya.